Hello and welcome to a little bit of a camera switch because I am using Rubank's Elementary Method Saxophone booklet to show you how to do quarter notes, half notes, whole notes, and both their note counterpart and rest counterpart, and a little bit of eighth notes, but we'll be discussing that a little bit later on during our lessons. So let's focus on the whole notes and whole rests. So as you can see, since this is going to be a 4/4 time, it's going to take up the whole entire beat or the whole entire measure. So it would be a whole note and a whole rest would take up the entire measure without any sort of delay. So try and practice using the different keys you have for each and every single note and try and do a whole note and a whole rest after. But I think exercises 8 through 10 are a little bit more difficult since it just is all whole notes right there. And so if you do exercises 1 to 5 or 1 to 7 and just practice with one whole note and one half note, one whole note, one half note at 110 beats, then I think you'll do fine about how to completely get set for your music. So let's move on from whole notes to half notes and half rests. So the same thing goes with half notes. It's just half of a whole note already and ready to go. So try and do the second one, the second activity, which is practicing the half note at 110 BPM on your metronome, then practicing the half rest, half note, half rest, half note, half rest, half note, half rest, half note, half note, half note, half note, half note, half note, and then back to whole note to do a little bit of a reminder about how to do whole notes and whole rests. I think, practice exercise 2 so you can get all set up for how to figure out what half notes and half rests are and what we can do in the future with this knowledge in mind. So let's go into quarter notes, which, well, a lot of people know by far because it's just every tick of the metronome is a quarter note. So I think we should try and start with exercise 4, since that does quarter note, quarter rest, quarter note, quarter rest, half note, half rest, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, half note, half rest, quarter note, quarter rest, quarter note, quarter rest, half note, half rest, and it repeats itself. I think doing this sort of line of music will definitely help you out about how to figure out what quarter notes and quarter rests do with a relearning of half notes and half rests. You can pause the video whenever you want and then go back to the video to get all that exercise in. It doesn't matter what sort of note you do. Well, actually, it does matter for specific quarter notes, but for half notes and whole notes exercises, you can do any sort of specific note that you may prefer, as long as it's you know how to measure quarter notes, half notes, full notes, half notes, quarter rests, half rests, and full notes. And then let's dabble in a little bit of eighth notes and eighth rests. So eighth notes, it would be specifically just half a quarter note, and they're usually tied to just making 2 eighth rests, so you know that it's half a quarter note. So you would be basically all set and prepared for those. They don't really discuss about eighth rests since they're definitely just an anomaly, but we can figure out about how to use eighth notes and eighth rests a little later on the weekend. It's just more of a dabble. So I think the exercise for today is going to be practicing your whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and quarter rests, half rests, and whole notes to be ready and prepared for your entire G scale for next week. Thank you so much for listening. This is Jerry McQuillan, and I'll be signing off.